Just give us VR. Give us VR on foot, please, Frontier. That would be fantastic.
Immersed Robot.
Hello everyone, welcome to Immersed Robot. So I just wanted to have a quick catch up with Elite Dangerous. I've not played it in VR for a while, so this is Elite Dangerous Odyssey, and until Odyssey dropped I honestly didn't really play Elite Dangerous on the flat screen at all, but since it dropped I did pick up a GeForce Now subscription, and I've been playing a little bit of Elite Dangerous Odyssey on the tablet, and when I do it that way it's basically just for grinding purposes, if I want to progress and just grind really within the game. And part of me wonders why I do that at all, because I really don't enjoy playing it. To me, Elite Dangerous is a VR game, and part of the reason I enjoy it is to play the game within virtual reality and feel like I'm sitting in a ship. I just like that experience of feeling like I'm really sitting in this spaceship and flying around the galaxy. It's a fantastic experience just for that really. But I did want to catch up with Elite Dangerous Odyssey just to see how it is performing now and just the state of it really, because it has had a few updates since I last made a video on it. It's update 5 and also update 6 now, and from everything I've read I know they're still not really targeting performance a great deal, but hopefully it's slightly improved. And where I am at the moment, for those of you that watched my last Elite Dangerous video or a couple of videos ago about Elite Dangerous, I did mention I was on my way to Colonia, and I'm sort of combining it with a bit of an exploration expedition as well. This ship that I'm in, the Anaconda, I've only got a 32 light year jump range, so I'm doing a lot of exploration while I'm on my way to Colonia, and hopefully I'll make a fair bit of money while just enjoying being out of the bubble and enjoying being out in the depths of space really. That's really why I'm doing it. I thought I'd do this exploration expedition while I combine a trip to Colonia for the first time, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So while I'm out here away from the bubble, I can't really go to too many stations to test performance or settlements, planetary settlements and things like that, but I can certainly test how it performs in space, and to be honest it really always performed quite well in space anyway. Odyssey really very similar to Horizons, but let me get FPS VR up and running on the screen just so we can all see how it's performing now. Okay, so I've got FPS VR running on the screen again now, and you can see it's performing really well. I've got 150% Steam VR super sampling and just my same old settings in game. I won't go through everything all over again in terms of that, but we can see that performance is consistent, and I'm staying at a pretty solid 90 FPS as well in space. Now, of course, from the previous videos that I've made, we know that the frame and performance issues are really around stations, on foot stations and on foot settlements, and actually when you're in the SRV on certain planets as well, that can cause an issue. So I will go down to a planetary surface just to test that, but this area is running really well and looks great. I'm hoping for more performance optimizations in this game, but really this isn't a lot different from how Horizons was running. So space is not really an issue at all, especially when you're away from the bubble and you're just sort of in a random system as I am at the moment. But let me go down to a planetary surface and we'll see what that looks like. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I've just chosen a random planet from the system that I happen to be in. It's not an atmospheric planet, but it should show us a little bit of performance on planetary surfaces anyway. So let's head down a little bit closer to the surface. So as we get down to this sort of height, this will be the first sort of test here. And we can see that we had a few little drops there, but that's usual. Even in Horizons we'd get that, so there's no real issues with this. And of course it's going to vary from planet to planet. This is just a very quick check-in really. I'm not doing a proper performance test or a comparison or anything like that, but it's interesting just to see how it performs as we approach these planets anyway. So we are getting a few of those drops as we get closer, which is to be expected. Still running pretty well though overall. We are going down to sort of 85 quite often, and then there you can see a few drop frames, and it's probably just as it's loading everything in really. You know, I'm not going to be too particular about those kinds of things. It's not a big issue when you're approaching planets in this manner. It's fine to have a few drops like that, and I think it's always had those kinds of things. See, that was quite a major one there, and I'm not sure they were too often in Horizon, but there's also this thing as well when you come out of like Super Cruise, you get like this really strange effect that you never had in Horizons before, where it sort of just jolts the screen almost, like gives you a random image on the screen and stretches it out in front of you just for a split second. It's very strange, and I wish that wasn't there. So we've just finished the glide now, and let's go down just over to near those mountains over there. I'll just land next to there on that flat area next to the mountains, hopefully. So we are dropping down to 45 FPS now, partially, so it's trying to settle into reprojection, which it might well do as I get closer to the planetary surface. This is quite a good looking planet though, it looks quite nice. Okay, just had a major, I don't know if that was just a tracking error, but there was a bit of a problem then, but we'll battle through it. Okay, so as we get closer, there's definitely a few hitches here and there, but performance is fine, and those mountains look really good in the headset, I've got to say. It's quite a nice looking planet. Let's see if we can find a nice flat area just to land for a second. We'll get out and travel around on the SRV. Okay, slightly awkward landing there. I'm a little bit on the angle, but that's okay. So we're still maintaining 90 FPS at the moment, but let's see how it performs once we're out in the SRV. Now we can see, so the GPU frame timings are quite a bit higher. So yeah, we're stuck in reprojection, but that's fine. I'm okay with that, as long as it stays in that. So you see, in the Horizon it's difficult to do a direct comparison, but overall I think it was better in Horizons. This planetary tech is definitely having an impact on the performance of the game, and of course when that's coupled with the fact that although it looks great here, I've got to say, overall the planets, you know, some people would say that the planets are not improved at all, others say they are improved, so I guess I'm stuck somewhere in between that. Oh, that was quite a big rock there. So yeah, reprojection is okay anyway, I'm not too concerned about that. You know, it's easy to tell that if I was in some kind of a planetary settlement or something like that, then we'd probably be dropping frames in the same way as we were before. I can't say that categorically because I've not tested it, but it looks like some of those performance issues do remain. That planet range is fantastic though. Let me get out on foot now and we'll see how we get on with that too. Okay, so out on foot, first footfall as well, so that's pretty good. But out on foot, running at a constant 90 FPS, no issues there at all, which is probably not surprising. I'm running on a 2D screen, which is projected out in front of me as always. Now, I did hear that they disabled the vanity cam in VR. This was, for those that don't know, this was like a way of getting virtual reality while on foot. In a manner of speaking, you could sort of turn the vanity cam on and it would give you a third person view in virtual reality. So let me just see if that remains. Okay, so yeah, that's still in virtual reality, so they've obviously not disabled it, or if they did disable it then they've re-enabled it again. So yeah, I can still play this game in virtual reality while on foot, and it does look great. So that's reassuring, if nothing else. I'm really glad they've not disabled this, because this is just gives you that taste of what it would be like in virtual reality. I won't go through all of what I did in the last video when I first tried this. I made a video just when I was on a random planet before, and it was just a fantastic experience, just walking around that planet in VR like this. And you can position it directly where your head position is, but this gives close enough an idea anyway. Fantastic. Let me turn off FPS VR and just have a bit of a wander around. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's too much here to explore. Anyway, I didn't do a detailed surface scan or anything, so I don't know exactly what's here. I was just wanted to land on a planet while I was around, really. But look at that site. Looks fantastic. There's still a lot to love about the game. But anyway, I am going to leave it there. Performance looks to be still an issue in certain areas on Odyssey from this very sort of rudimentary look. It's not really a very scientific look at performance, this video. But this is just a check-in. I'm still making my way to Colonia, and I'll still make the journey over there while exploring planets like this and atmospheric planets. They are definitely, they're more interesting to look at, but this looks fantastic too. So nothing wrong with this, and I'll continue to enjoy Elite Dangerous in spite of its problems. Just give us VR on foot, please, Frontier. That would be fantastic. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Please consider picking up my science fiction virtual reality focused novel, The Memory Engine, a light-hearted tongue-in-cheek adventure through the metaverse, available on Amazon Kindle, paperback and as an Audible audiobook. Links in the description to this video.